So for my motor skill for the presentation, I decided to go with deadlift. So the deadlift is considered a total body movement because there are several muscles used in both the lower and upper body. Some of the muscles used in deadlift, which I'll expand more on in a little bit, are your quads, your glutes, hamstrings, erectors, your lats, traps, rhomboids, your abs, and obliques. Since deadlifting training most of these muscles in the legs, lower back, and core, and these muscles are responsible for your posture, this exercise will help you keep your shoulders, spine, and hips in alignment. And it is also considered one of the top 3 muscle building exercises, along with like bench press and squats. And unlike bench, you can lift heavier here as you're primarily using muscles of your legs, which are a bigger muscle group versus your pecs. I personally feel it has helped me gain size faster compared to other exercises I've tried. So I wanted to talk about the exercise and its components separately first. And for my cueing part of the presentation, which you will see later in the video, I first demonstrate the deadlift exercise and give the cues while I perform the lift. Turns out there is background noise during the lift, which I didn't realize till later. So my cues might be slightly difficult to hear. But then I had my buddy do the same exercise in which I gave him similar cues, and that part is audible. So overall, it comes together, but sorry for any technical difficulties. So as you will notice during the demonstration that the first half of the movement where you bring the barbell from the floor to your knees will primarily be targeting the quad muscles. The second half of the movement to bring the bar from the knees to a lockout will primarily be targeting the muscles of the low and mid back, as well as the glutes and hamstrings. So hamstring has 2 roles in the deadlift. First, the hamstring acts as a synergist to support the glutes in hip extension during the lockout. As the knees straighten, the hamstrings are engaged more in order to bring the hips to the bar. Second, the hamstring acts as a stabilizing muscle to support the knee joint. So when the lifter has their knees bent in the start position and pulls the weight of the floor, the tension of the hamstrings helps stabilize the knee joint by countering the forces of the quads to extend the leg. Then we have the erectors that help prevent the spine from rounding and also play a role in back extension, which allows the spine to move from a horizontal to an upright position when you're standing. The lat muscles help keep the bar on the body throughout the duration of the lift. The rhomboids and the traps perform a similar function, which allows the shoulder to look upright and not rounded in the lockout position. So front and the side of the abs help stabilize and maintain the position of the spine and thus act as stabilizers during the lift. So when you're doing a deadlift, the synergists are the muscles that assist your glutes in completing the move. These synergists are all in the lower body and include the quads, the adductor magnus, the top half of the hamstring, and the soleus. So at various points, the deadlifts uses almost all muscles. So there is no strict antagonist, I would say. However, through the main part of the movement, the hip and the trunk flexors are the antagonists. And there are several variations of deadlift, such as RDL, sumo deadlift, hex, or trap bar deadlift. And certain muscle groups are more engaged than others based on which version of the deadlift you're doing. But at the core of it, the deadlift will help you increase your core strength, your core stability, and improve your posture. So now before getting into the video, I would also like to mention that some of the common deviations that you might notice when observing a new client deadlifting for the first time are like such as a rounded or arched back when pulling the weight up, or sitting into a squat position instead of keeping the hips high just before the lifting part. So the trainer, you need to observe and provide efficient cues accordingly, such as push your chest out, which should help address your arched back problem. Lastly, when it comes to progression in a deadlift, one can load more weights and include chains while performing the deadlift. And on the contrary, if you need to regress, you can use like kettlebells, dumbbells, or PVC pipe, depending on your client's ability. Now for the last part of the presentation, I have the video of me performing the deadlift, followed by them performing it using my cues, most of which I learned during this class. So thanks for that knowledge, and here is the rest of the video.
leg and make sure that's right on the bar. Reduce the bottom, feel the range there. Chest, push the chest out, and then grab the bar and pull it in a straight line. Bend your knees, pull it out, and then bring it down. Same motion, bring it up, straight line, and that's about it.
Alright, so man, David's gonna do a deadlift and items. So for first you're gonna walk close to the bar, right? Your lace is right in the middle of the bar, and keep your feet about 1 inch from the bar, and then you're gonna bend your knees a little bit, and then hold on to the bar, and push your chest out, and then extend your knees and go up. Hold it right there, and then bring it down. Bend your knees and then bring it down all the way in a straight line. Bring it up, perfect. Right, that's it.